My teacher was definitely explaining something. The Journey of the Lost One, Part 1. Fx equals 3x to the second power plus 5x minus 2? And x to the second power plus y to the second power equals 25? That's just a little too hard for my brain to compute. Today was the day we switched classrooms into a new building. The building gave off a modern office vibe. A projector came out of the wall, a TV hung behind us for the teachers to see what was playing on the screen, and the tables and chairs moved so you were able to place them anywhere. My favorite spot in the classroom was the window seat. I loved looking out of it to watch the clouds pass by. It was more interesting than paying attention to the lecture. However, I eventually tuned back into what my teacher was trying to explain. We were learning calculus. I could tell he was attempting to teach us something, though it seemed he was struggling to convey it effectively, as I redirect my attention back to the window. I loved watching the clouds, not because my teacher was boring, but because I always had a certain question not many people could answer. Or maybe I didn't ask the right people. Where do they go? Clouds move like they have all the time in the world, like a snail. It just made me wonder if they ever got to their goal, or if they had one. If they did, would they move faster? Or is this considered fast to clouds? Of course, scientifically speaking, clouds don't have this type of thought, or do they? When you really think about it, clouds do what they're supposed to do. But is it consciously or unconsciously? Something's definitely working up there. Did a scientist glide with a cloud to prove it knows where they go? Where do they end up before the cloud disappears? My other question was, why do the clouds move slowly when the air down here pushes fast? Is the atmosphere up there that different? Does it ever change? Maybe that's why it's hard for us to touch the clouds unless we were on top of a mountain. Well, I asked one of the science students when I gathered the courage to speak to people. My eyes glide down to a parking structure where a girl appears in my vision. She was African American, I believe. She looked tall and her hair was in a bun. She wore all black, a sweater and baggy pants, the kind a professor would wear during his academic times. The only white on her was her shoes and a collar. She looked like a professional student. She sped down the stairs on the 6th-level structure, currently on the 5th floor. Her speed made it seem like she might jump off the moment she reached the bottom step. Every step she took made it difficult to breathe. Then she disappeared as she turned the corner to go down those steps. She reappeared on the 4th level, maintaining her speed, yet her steps grew heavier with each pace until she vanished once more. At each level she appeared, her steps changed. She would never walk at the same speed she did a level ago. On the 3rd level, her steps felt like she was walking on pillows. As she paced herself, her body leveled, but her head always faced the floor. There were 2 more levels. As she approached the 2nd floor, she took her time, like the clouds, but her steps bounced. She was approaching her final destination, so I believe she wanted to slow herself down. Then she made it to the last level, where her pace, balance, and head were all leveled. She looked straight ahead, turned the corner, and disappeared into the stairway. I watched and waited, but she never emerged. Where did she go?